EU's military support has been quick, generous and steady since the very beginning of the full-scale invasion, and actually some EU member states delivered weapons already before the 24th of February last year. First, there are weapons deliveries funded by the EU, by the EU's peace facility. By now, 3.6 billion has been provided. On top of that, EU member states are providing their own military assistance. So, all in all, on weapons, the EU's contribution has been so far around 12 billion euro. It goes strictly according to the Ukrainian requests. It's not like a member state has some old equipment they want to get rid of and they send it to Ukraine. No. The EU will only finance weaponry that is in the Ukrainian request that Ukraine has submitted. Second, the EU helps to train Ukrainian service people. The EU training mission that operates in Germany and Poland was set up in record time, very quickly, and we intend to train 30,000 Ukrainian service people by the end of this year. Third, the recent agreement on providing Ukraine with 1 million pieces of ammunition within a year. It's again an unprecedented decision for the EU. It contains both buying but also commonly procuring ammunition. It is no secret that some EU member states, some of our Western partners also scratch the bottom of the barrel, meaning their own stocks are not that full anymore. And also, the military-industrial complex needs to start working on new, at least with a new pace, with new intensity. And there, of course, if the EU procures commonly, that gives you the effect of the scale, and that will also give certainty for the factories, for the companies to invest and to scale up the procurement. So these are the main three strands of work at the moment. It was a groundbreaking decision. For 20 years, the EU had not extended the invitation to join to any country. And it's also no secret that before the 24th of February last year, there was not that much appetite among the member states to start discussing. Of course, some member states, like my own Estonia, were always of the position that Ukraine shouldn't have the chance. But there was virtually no discussion. Now, on the fifth day of the war, President Zelensky, in dramatic circumstances, applied for EU membership, and it opened a quick, intense and very geopolitical discussion within the EU that resulted in granting the candidate status for Ukraine and Moldova and opening also the membership perspective for Georgia. Now, the EU membership affects almost all aspects of a country's life, because the EU deals with so many issues and policy areas. It will profoundly change Ukraine for the better. First of all, you asked economically. It is clear Ukraine needs to adopt all the EU legislation, and yes, there is a lot of that. But as a prize there will be Ukraine's joining the biggest single market in the world, and the very wealthy one. So the benefits will be enormous. It is a fact that, of course, the EU gives quite a lot of money transfers to its member states, especially poorer ones. But the biggest economical benefits from EU membership come not from those money transfers, but from belonging or being part of the single market. Politically, the EU membership is a profound reform roadmap. The EU only accepts fully democratic countries with well-functioning institutions, with tolerance towards persons belonging to minorities, respect of human rights, all these things. And it's a clear roadmap for the candidate country to become better. As I said, the EU affects so many areas of your life. I mean, you look around here, this table is being produced according to the EU standards. The lights are according to the EU standards. The energy consumption of this building is according to EU standards. All these things will come to Ukraine. Will come to Ukraine as well. So, and also in that sense, the EU, of course, the EU membership, by integrating a candidate or integrating the new members so firmly with the EU everything, the EU membership also means security. It has been a sea change. Still, it's fair to say, the 23rd of February last year, not everybody believed that a full-scale war can occur in Europe. That a nuclear power attacks its neighbor without any justification. So the gravity of this is being fully understood in the EU, in all parts, in all member states. So the EU had to quickly become a geopolitical actor. The EU had shied away from geopolitics because the EU was very much seen and saw itself also very much as an entity that deals with laws, norms, standards, legislative procedures, and geopolitics does not fit that well there. Now, the EU became geopolitical, meaning the EU chose a side. Geopolitics entails choosing sides. In this unjustified, horrible war by Russia against Ukraine, you cannot say both sides should do this or that. No, the aggressor must stop its aggression. The EU leaders were among the first ones to drop these old instincts and to say out loud and clear, Ukraine must win this war. We, the EU, supports Ukraine in winning this war. And that has been the profound change in the EU's thinking. It has meant, in a bit more concrete terms, in real life, it has meant focusing strongly on helping Ukraine. I quoted to you earlier the figure of 3.6 billion euro that the European Peace Facility has so far allocated to Ukraine. 2 months before the full-scale invasion, the European Peace Facility adopted its first ever allocations to partner countries, including Ukraine. For Ukraine, it was 33 million euros. Million. And it was after long discussions among member states. Now these 33 million have become 3.6 billion, and that already shows you to the change that has happened. Many things are happening much quicker than previously. The EU training mission was designed and set up within 3 months period, which is again according to or compared to the previous practice at lightning speed. Many such things. The EU has pulled itself together in responding to this horrible war, this very grave situation. So the Ukraine has energized the EU, definitely. What is victory for Ukraine, that is for the Ukrainian leadership and Ukrainian people to decide. No partner country can impose any terms there. This is for you. And I'm very well aware of what Ukrainian people are thinking about. 97% of Ukrainians, according to some recent polls, are convinced that Ukraine will win the war, and 90% of Ukrainians are against any territorial concessions. But it will be for the Ukrainian leadership and for the Ukrainian people to say this is victory. I will have no speculation. I will not enter into any speculation on what will happen in Russia, in the aggressor state. I just want to point out that during the last 200 years, Russia has lost 4 wars. And after each and every loss, profound changes took place within Russia. That's all I can say with certainty.